What is up, everybody? Jerry with Dipping Up Trading back for another video. Per the request that I got on the comments section was in regards to IRNT or IronNet Incorporated. Now I'm going to be just doing a quick technical analysis, going to be checking the Ortex data. This particular individual was asking kind of what the squeeze potential was, or if I could see this potentially being some sort of squeeze. So that's kind of what I'm going to jump into. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that like, smash that subscribe button down at the bottom of the screen. I'm also going to be dropping some more content later, but hitting those buttons helps out the channel, helps people find the content, and just helps the community grow. So please don't forget to do that. Let's get this thing rolling. So on the day today, IRNT finished down 24%. Or $6.33. Pretty much it looks like it was just short attacked. I mean, relatively the entire market was red on the day, and it was a lot of it was these heavily shorted companies had pretty profound red days today. AMC had it, ATER had it, let's see, pretty much BBIG had it. Really the one that didn't was Camber Energy. Now Camber Energy in long term is more of a long-term swing play for me, just because of the potential that it has with the ongoing like zero emission program that they're working on. So that's why it's more of a long-term play for me for that one specifically, but that's neither here nor there. In the after hours though, IRNT was up another 1.25% or 25 cents, finished the after hours at $20.28. Volume on the day was 6.44 million. So it was above the average, which is 4.31. So it's kind of interesting to see as to why the volume was higher. I mean, because we're talking, let's see, and we're talking what, 50% increase in volume per whatever the normal is, you know. So the volume was there. It was a matter of price action. Now it's interesting. So it initially had bounced off of support and was kind of trading in between. Looks like the start of the day in between let's see, 23.63 and 25.65. So it was a $2 swing up and down there, and then looks like had some weakness, and then some buyers started to step back in. They try to push it down. Same thing here. I mean, a lot of these bottoming tails are indicating that buyers are stepping back in, so it is being bought. I think it's more so just a matter of conviction in the play. Now, one thing I do like to see is so when in doubt, zoom out, right? That's always rule number one. So I zoomed out. Let me go to the hourly because it's a little bit easier to see. So we are technically following, if you go back to kind of like the start of this thing, it is following this ascending level of support, which is good to see. Now it's taken a little bit to get all the way back down to this line. But if you check out this price action here, I mean, this right here, this is very resemblance of this ladder attack right here, which I think is kind of where this stock is at right now. So check out this. This was 6 days ago. So this was on the 23rd. And this is where it was today. So it had a sell-off followed by, it had consolidation, okay, the day before, followed by a sell-off. So consolidation the day before, followed by a sell-off. Now, if this is following the same pattern, we're pretty much in this zone right here. And again, this is all if, it's all hypothetical. So keep that in mind. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please, please, please have a plan when you're entering these trades, and make sure you have a plan for both entry and exit, and make sure that you are sticking to that. Have conviction in your plan and do not deter away from that. So, and this kind of matches up perfectly. I mean, this is where kind of that RSI, or the RSI indicator is in these zones here. So ideally you could expect, if it follows this, some sort of bounce tomorrow. And maybe if it gets a push through, I mean, you could look at breaking 2150 or so. And then if you can get a continuation there, I mean, you have other lines of resistance at 2267 and 2357. Now I would expect, again, I always say this in my videos, there's always psychological levels of resistance at those even numbers. So $21, $22, $23. So you could expect it there as well. But because of where the stock is at, I mean, ideally, if it can get a solid bounce off of that ascending level of support, yeah, I mean, and based on where the utilization is at, cost to borrow, as long as those numbers are increasing. Now, what I'd like to see increase just based on Ortex, and let me jump over real quick to Ortex so you guys can see what I'm seeing. So with Ortex specifically, one thing I'd like to see increase, the utilization is great. It's maxed out at 100%. Cost to borrow is fantastic. Nothing really to worry about there. Days to cover looks good. Shares on loan. So I'd like to see shares on loan go up just based upon where the free float is. So free float is, where's it at? 43 million. Okay. So we definitely need to get that free float number up. Or excuse me, we definitely need to get the shares on loan up based on the percentage of the free float. Because you can see right here, the current short interest as of today was 8.28%, which is not substantial at all. So we need that number to go up. Ideally, I'd like to see it in the 20-25% range. That's usually where those massive jumps are. And I'd be willing to bet short interest of the free float on the 15th was 15.98. So it was double what this was when that initial run up had started. So again, that's what I like to see. And it eventually got up to 25%. So again, that validates what I was saying. Ideally, we'd like to see this in the 20 to 25% range. So just because it's not there doesn't mean that it doesn't have the potential to get there. So don't let that, discourage you. Just, it's something to keep an eye on. And ideally, I mean, if you're looking at an entry point, bouncing off of the ascending level of support is a good entry point. If it breaks down through that, you have support at, what is this, 1919. And then you also have more support down around, let's see, 1794. It's called $18, and then 1675 or so. So just keep a lookout for those if this does happen to break down. But again, you would essentially just be moving your ascending level down. But because of where these zones are at, I would expect this to have a continuation up, maybe potentially get a reversal, which would be cool to see. So, but other than that, that'll wrap it up for this one. I will be dropping some more content later, so don't forget, hit that like, smash the subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.